regard to this report, what I've seen so far, how it's written up, and like I said, with Rolo tying all the points together with the tax dollars and the funding, this is what I think.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Yep.
Yeah.
Straight to a sandwich, bro. Straight to a sandwich. But this is what the future looks like.
And actually, let me piggyback on something I believe Art had said, because he echoed something that Ed always says. No matter what you claim to be, if you're using the talking points, they're going to label you as. And I repeat that a lot on the show, and I got that from Ed. Ed was making an argument like months ago, but basically saying that the manosphere, as it's being dubbed, our lexicon, is the talking point. It's the codification of the best ideas that have risen to the top via all of the infighting all of these years. It turned into a meritocracy of ideas. So basically, yeah, if you're using the talking points correctly with the correct line of logic, that's essentially the Black manosphere. It's decentralized. It's the codification of ideas in terms of how you're translating reality and using and what have you. So that in and of itself is, you can kind of prove that with how they're coming at this report. They're just, these are the talking points. They must be. So you even have this government funded organization with all these millions of dollars behind it, and they've basically been funded and they found out nothing. Andre, you've been watching some of MTR's response. 3 minutes to land your plane, sir. What you got for me?
Okay, yeah, I heard like this whatever this stuff is was funded by the Department of Homeland Security. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I heard.
via the McCain Foundation, basically a think tank.
You know, because people were talking about, like, isn't there more important things to focus on than this? And there's a bunch of things with this, because MTR, he might have like dropped the label of the manosphere, but like obviously like that doesn't mean anything. If they want to get at you, they're gonna get at you. So dropping the label doesn't mean anything. And what I noticed about this list, like there's a few names on this list that I recognize, others I don't.
Yeah,
Like,
there's only 3 Black content creators. The rest of them are white guys, and they're prominent. They have huge audiences, and I listen to some of those guys.
well, what I noticed about this list is that these are pretty much like almost all like MGTOW content creators. 'Cause even Pearl, like at some point, she uses MGTOW talking points, even though
Yeah, like I said, it's primarily the talking points, that which goes to what Ed was, the argument Ed made months ago, that basically the codification of ideas, they're just going to label you as such, even if you don't actually identify with those groups, and you're just adhering to the logic of the ideas because they're very good fucking ideas. All right, let's go. Let's finish the rest of this, and like I said, we're in overtime, so let's go.
It's not true, by the way, but if it was, it'd be 10 million views. You know how much views that I have on my channel right now of all of my publicly available videos? Almost 300 million. So the data that you use to establish me is less than 3% of the total amount of views that I have on my channel. There is not a statistician on this planet that would say that the way that you guys have gathered data for your bullshit score makes any sense, but I digress. Additionally, the real MTR advertises different social media platforms aimed to get viewers to his personal site, mtarmy.com. This is actually not true. I am not aiming to get folks to go to this website at all. I created it over a year ago just as a place that people can just go to see additional information about me, but it's really not my goal. That's why I don't advertise it. But I am now advertising where the MT Army will reside, again, linked down in the description box below. For example, which allows visitors to schedule personal consultations, and join a newsletter, an army. MT Army, it's a play on words. In March 2024, at the time of writing, he had 682,000 subscribers. A 7.4% increase in subscribers suggests that the real MTR is the shit. I'm just kidding, they didn't write that. Is able to attract viewers through his content and further advertising his follower base as an army. See, what they're trying to do is to weaponize this army shit as if I'm creating an incel army that hates women, and he's creating an army in order to be able to do that, further creating a brotherhood and influence within his community. So anyway, the report begins to go into this part right here where essentially they're trying to sum up what I contribute to and why I'm ranked number 2 in doing this. And you'll just see here the propaganda. It's so crazy. From hate online to offline violence, the manosphere unabashedly thrives on the endorsement and glorification of violence. I'll just stop right there and I will stop reading because please, somebody pull out any piece of content that I've ever said that glorifies violence. The danger of the incompetence of the authors and the writers to incorrectly surmise what it is that we talk about over here is crazy. And of course, because the DHS is funding this, they are then connecting this to school shooters and extremists such as Elliot Rodger, who became an incel deity in these online communities. Let me just be abundantly clear. If you guys are new to what it is I do not violence at all. I support self-defense. I support protecting your community.
Okay, well, I don't need to hear his defense, but I like the argument he made up, the dots he connected. Guys, we got a full chat, we got a full house, and a shitload of cloud watchers. Please support the stream, and listen to Dr.
Brothers and sisters, give me your grit money, give me your weave money, give me your perm money, your Jordan money, your Alizé money, your 40-ounce money. We need the money, brothers and sisters. How about you hit the Cash App? Brothers and sisters, give me your grit money, give me your weave.
All right, Ed, what do you think about how how he's connecting the dots, and aside from the fact that he's making the arguments to defend himself as he should?
Well, I mean, he's doing a good job. I mean, if you look at like when he was going back and forth for Pearl, or when that situation was Virgin, where everybody was blowing up, that was what, like a year, maybe 9 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could tell he was nervous at that point, you know, because he didn't know where that was going to necessarily go, you know, because he was associated, you know, with Pearl and stuff. And you compare that to him talking right now. I mean, this is like he's up 30 points and there's 5 minutes left, and he's just, you know what Stephen Curry does, that shimmy shit and all that shit. You know, you can tell because MTR typically doesn't cuss, so you can tell he's kind of quote unquote letting his hair down and just, this ain't nothing. Also, as far as the army thing, I mean, I guess Swifties, we got to worry about them. I guess we got to worry about the Beehive. You know, I saw a black chick, and I ain't gonna lie, this was funny, called Drake's following Aubrey's Angels. I mean, people brand their followings because as a marketer, people know that if you can, the life value of a customer, not saying that's how he's thinking about it, but when you turn your audience into a community, that's actually one of the things that really turns them into, you know, a money machine, right? And that's not necessarily why he's doing it. He may just be doing it because it's cool. But when you get to that level, you know, you do it. I mean, it's other people, even in our space, it says army. That's a part of community. They use community words. That's all it is. And so for them to sit there and try to flip that, like connected it to violence and stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, what do I always say? I say they traded narratives. Women trade in narratives. Women don't trade in facts. So they do the score. All this stuff is designed for them to produce a headline so they can form an opinion about this person without actually looking at the content. This is why when you hear when women typically are on the BS, you notice how women don't tend to stitch what a man says, or they don't tend to play what a man says, versus in our space, we are men tend to play what they say. So think about what NTR just did when he played that woman. Now, if he would have said what he said before, that doesn't have the same impact as once he plays what the woman says and he responds. A lot of the women he plays be saying some off the wall shit. They really do. And again, it's harder to counter that when you hear what the women are saying in their proper context. So at the end of the day, he's gonna be fine. He knows he's gonna be fine. And honestly, I would get a lawyer. I would take this to a lawyer and see, do we have something here that we can sue? Because if the Department of Homeland Security is, you can say this is a violation of civil rights. I don't know. I would take that to a lawyer though, at the very least, to get a cease and desist, to get the name of the person who actually produced that NGO, because yeah, this is bullshit.
Well played, sir, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. And to that point, I think this is the beginning of really just a testing the waters and a fishing expedition. I keep repeatedly saying this on this channel. Do not underestimate the power of the influence of this space. The bottom line is that the lexicon is fucking strong. It's the product of we call it like an intellectual Darwinism. Like, you know, like we used to call it the beef sector, but what happened in that beef sector is the best ideas rose to the top, and we basically ended up with like these intellectual truces, like, okay, we agree on these talking points and blah 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 blah, and that's how the lexicon was codified, and it's proven undefeated. Case in point, Kevin Samuels went to war with the lexicon, and that's why he's undefeated. Let me address these super chats real quick. Salty Balls in the building, supporting the stream with the $10 super chat. My man, and you get a
Shit, nigga, you know what time it is. Please don't do this, man. I got kids and they got school tomorrow. You got school tomorrow? All three of them, man. I gotta buy them uniform. Oh, you probably need a little more than that. And whatever you got left over, I'll come back and rob you again next week. Oh man, you a real one. All right.
So, man, you a real one. He said this is my dusty tricking buddy. Who else we got? Oh, we got D Scott in the building with the $5 super chat. He says, my favorite money, great stream. All the shows is we are making an impact. Exactly. Keep fucking going. And bang.
Baby, let me get some money.
What's wrong with your tummy?
No, I just need some money.
Who looks funny?
No, can I get some money?
Who you calling a dummy?
No, just money.
How much money you need?
Just 100.
How much you need $50 for? $25 don't get you nothing. How long you gonna have my $10? I need my $5 back by the end of the week.
Yeah, my man smooth with that. He walked it down from 100 to 5 in under 5 seconds. Oh man, Passport OG in the building. He said, how about some King Kong delicious money? Great stream. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Passport OG. Just appreciate you, man, supporting the streamer. You
Shit, nigga, you know what time it is. Please don't do this, man. I got kids and they got school tomorrow. You got school tomorrow? All three of them, man. I gotta buy them uniform. Oh, you probably need a little more than that. And whatever you got left over, I'll come back and rob you again next week. Oh man, you a real one. All right.
Yo, and another thing real quick. So I don't know if you know about this feature on StreamYard, because I just saw it. Did you know StreamYard allows you to restream?
Yeah. You mean talking about the auto restreams and reschedule?
Yeah, so on the upper right hand side, like while I was live on the StreamYard panel, it said, hey, do you want to start a live? So I literally started a live, and now this stuff is like on my channel as well. I told them to come over here, but I didn't know StreamYard had that functionality.
Oh, you talking about the restream, not the autoplay. Oh no, I didn't know that. Oh, so we're streaming on your channel, my man.
Yeah, so it's like another, and then so it looks like that's triggering, you know how it is. It triggers the notification and stuff, because I got 30 people on my stuff.
Yeah, my numbers just jumped through the roof too. That's why we doing overtime.
Yeah,
Plus
that's where D Scott. Yeah, that's where D Scott came from, because he's on my stuff. Yeah.
Theo Coop back in the building. 40 deep on the live, but Machismo TV cooker. That's my man, Theo Coop. Y'all, I keep telling y'all, Theo day one. That's a true story. Season 1. I would be in the chat by myself. He saw Theo would pop in, and freaking gunmetal guy. Theo been here since season 1 when we had like 250 subscribers. Theo Cooper, real one, bro. Shout out to you, bro. Hold on, let me get Theo something. Hey, this one for you, Theo.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
All right, Art, what you got for me on where MTR is with it so far?
I was saying Dre in the back, FYI.
No, I brought it back up. That's all you are. You got it. All right.
My question would be, is if we're looking at, because we're in the whole election year.
Exactly.
I'm wondering if this is going to be used, as, vote for me or vote for us because I single-handedly shut down A, B, and C.
I'm in partial agreement with you there. Like this may be the beginning of a narrative being spun. I can see that.
I mean, what's the difference between that and
like
saying
a whole bunch of evil?
Crazy? If you vote for Trump,
yeah, because now it's going to get down to.
My bad.
No, Art's got a delay. Let him rock.
Right.
He's got a delay. Go ahead, Art. That's all you.
Yeah, and so it's going to probably be down to free speech versus shutting down talking points. So which one is going to take precedence over the other in these election cycles? So that might be the big picture. I know some people think that we may have a small space or whatever, but we're still making an impact. So I think, just looking and then hearing what MTR was saying as well, his concern, I think that's probably the bigger picture is to, I guess I keep repeating it, is to keep shutting down messages that will potentially interfere with their agendas. And I landed there.
Well played, sir. All right, you guys are doing well with the time. That's our New Styles banner on the screen. I'm sure most of you are subs on, and we've been running ads all night as well. Saul, what you got for me, sir?
I mean, I can't emphasize it any more, and I've been saying this, and I've been emphasizing this to the brothers that make sure that you all are proficient in consuming research articles. These research articles can be used to dictate policy. Policy dictates law, and therefore you all see where this is going here. Okay, so right now, while it's coming right straight off of the research press, you debunk, and debunk. Okay, now I like to take a sort of page from the ADOS movement. However people feel about that movement, they can feel however they want to. But if you look up ADOS and journal article retractment, okay, what they did was, they had a professor at Harvard put out some misinformation, and by their own means and their lawyers scathingly refuted. Okay, now this is what we have to do. We have to do this. We cannot allow this to go unchecked. We cannot. We do so, then that means we condone it, and this will be used to dictate policy. Now imagine some fucking intern, okay, being called to some sort of congressional hearing or somewhere else saying or using their tears to say that there's an army of a bunch of weirdo men in the basement who's trying to harm me, only because they disagree with what the fuck we have to say about it. Social commentary. This is a problem. So I implore you, brothers, those who have a quantitative background, social science background, political science, public policy, public health, whatever, you know what I mean? We need to dissect this. We need to identify all those fallacies and set our course and actually put this out there somewhere, almost like a damn reply through one of them damn burner accounts, do it Kendrick style. And I land my plane there.
Did you say do it Kendrick style? You funny.
Yeah.
You guys are fantastic. Everybody's under 2 minutes, so that's perfect. Contractor, what you got for me, man?
No, yet again, I think that forgive me, I'm zapped out, but I think this is what the new war looks like, what the new fight looks like. It's going to be situations like this, and this is just it's enough information for us to get ourselves in order. That way, when it comes down to it, when they start like rattling their sabers, we can respond in force and in mass. Because honestly, they went after the smallest group possible, and it made no damn sense, man. You go after the nice guy as though you were gonna do some major disservice to him when you have somebody as ridiculous as Fresh and Fit on there who are known for showing their ass, but you put him being the nice guy at number two. Come on, man. So I think it's a glimpse into the future, and we must form an appropriate response to shut them down ASAP because it's like counter intel. Now we know, and now that we know, we can respond appropriately. That's all I got.
Facts. And to that point, Ed had mentioned something in the chat earlier about a scattergun effect or a scattergun strategy. And to that point, since we just floating theories here, there's an argument that could be made that by them painting the let's say the non-fire breathers with this brush, they kill two birds with one stone, because if they can brand the non-fire breathers, they also get everybody that's down the rabbit hole at the same time. You feel me?
Yeah, I wasn't the person that said that. Somebody else said that, but
Okay. And I just mean that in terms of the perception game. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah.
If you can make the nice guy look like the bad guy, then the bad guy looks like the devil.
But the problem with that, I mean, I understand. I mean, that's a legitimate theory. I'm not going to like say that, but here's the thing. I mean, we're in the Trump era. Like,
No, I agree. No, I agree.
One thing that people forget about Obama was very effective in shutting things down. Like Obama, like especially within the black community, like him and
Obama
Valerie
is a ruthless politician.
Yeah, Obama.
Yeah, but he may be one of the greatest politicians of the 21st century, and overwhelmingly ruthless because he has the overwhelming skill of being able to fake sincerity.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is
Dangerous.
like so if you look at, okay, what does that look like actually happening? When certain people, like particularly black men, said he's not doing enough for black people. They didn't even go to black men. They just said black people. They were very good at shutting that down through the media and through everything. So my thing is that's what it looks like when it's working. When it's not working, you see what you see now. So this we're in a more populist era right now, where this is where people don't trust the government. People don't trust these sources. Remember, these are white dudes up in here as well. And so like, if you look at like, I'm not going to go individually, but people like Richard Cooper, he communicates with women and communicates with other people. So you're not going to be able to just create this one way narrative because people don't trust the media like that. Now I'm talking about fuck on social media. Cause think about it. Look at the Kendrick Lamar. Look at the Kendrick and look at the Gaza situation. Just to throw that out there, but we're not gonna go deep into that. That's why they want to ban. It's one of the reasons why they want to ban TikTok. And by the way,
hold that for 1 second, and just 1 second. I got a Don DeMarco with somebody. We got Black Mind in the fucking building. Big fan of this content. I see you in the building, Playbook. Black Mind in the building.
Don DeMarco.
Salute.
Yeah, so
that's all you, Ed.
So this is crazy because I can actually see on the StreamYard platform like people that are linking in because it has like a link symbol. I'll probably email it to you so you can see what I'm talking about. So apparently this is like a new feature I need to look into because BGS can use this. A couple of people can use this actually. Linking stuff.
Yeah, because my chat audience is through the roof. I just passed 120 something.
Yeah, so it's like linking it both. So that's really cool. So I'm glad this is, but yeah, so the thing is, like, you're in a populist era, but so we know the Gaza situation. We know people don't like how the perception of that, the big people don't like how the perception that is. And Mitt Romney even said it. This is out of his mouth on mainstream media. He said that one of the reasons why it passed like it passed was because the Gaza wasn't going the way they wanted it to go. So that's a senator, an experienced senator. He already put that out there. So that's not conspiracy stuff. So flipping to the Kendrick thing, if you look at Kendrick and Drake, Drake is corporate. Kendrick is up there, yes, but Drake is like the machine, right? And if you can see how Kendrick was able to play the internet game, the rap game, but also the internet game, and how you had, with the BBL Drizzy and all that stuff, how you had all that stuff just completely, very quickly change the rotation of what Drake was perceived as. I mean, he ain't gonna be out for the count and not make music. It ain't like a Ja Rule situation. But certain conversations that at a much mass level is being had about Drake now was not being had. It was more stuff that was being murmured. And so people are frightened by that. People are very frightened. The big people are frightened by that. But ultimately, the reason why I'm kind of saying that this is not a big deal is because as long as the problems exist, as long as inflation exists, as long as housing exists, it doesn't matter what you try to shut down. People are going to find these silos. You cannot just legally take control of the internet like that, but especially in a country with freedom of speech. And it's too, and if you were going to do what they're supposedly trying to do, right? If you were going to do that, you need to do that 10 years ago. In fact, you need to do that like 14 years ago. You need to do that from the beginning. This stuff is too out there. Even when you look at stuff like YouTube and Twitter and stuff, you need to shut this stuff down earlier, because once COVID happened, I'm gonna say this, I'm done. Once COVID happened and everybody started working remote or being on Zooms and stuff, they're more used to being on the internet. So you had a whole bunch of people that are used to using the internet. I'm talking about older people too, not younger people, just older people, in a way that you would have never believed they would have used it for. And now with these devices where everybody can kind of connect on cheap devices, you can try to shut that down. And the last thing I'm going to say is this. A white dude said this, and he was absolutely correct. He said the way the American government is operating right now when it comes to the corporations, yes, it's technically called an oligarchy, but they're really operating more like a monarchy. It's operating more like a monarchy, because behind what these government people are doing,
a monarchy with a class of nobles.
It's corporations, and the corporations are the monarchy side. And so that's the one thing. So remember, Citizens United is when they made it so corporations can just dump money into the election cycle. That was passed in 2005. So we're multiple election cycles past that. So the more people start being aware of that, and by the way, the more they keep fucking with Trump, the more, and not let him go to a vote, the more they realize that. So they can't stop it. So I'm not even worried about that. So yeah,
like about this list, I've stated before.
Hold on for a second, Andre. We're running a round robin. Saul, what you got for me? Saul?
Oh, my bad. I was muted.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I would say a lot of this has already came into play. I want to say 2018, 2019. Do you remember when everybody was talking about that concept of net neutrality?
Right.
So I want people to go back and look up those concepts so that all the gentlemen here are informed, and the way that it went down, it actually played in our favor. To where internet service providers cannot block content, they cannot throttle it. They cannot, adjust for when it comes to freedom of speech. That's going to come into play here. It's eventually. I mean, we're coming at some sort of a crossroads or intersection where this might be a fight to kind of test that out. You know what I mean? But that's what we're dealing with here. I just want people to kind of keep that in mind when we're doing what we're doing as far as net neutrality. That's going to be the biggest thing. All right, but that's my take on it.
Well played, sir. I'm gonna hit these super chats. We got Jerome Payne with the $10 super chat. He says, for the collection plate. Thank you, sir.
Shit, nigga, you know what time it is. Please don't do this, man. I got kids and they got school tomorrow. You got school tomorrow? All three of them, man. I gotta buy them uniform. Oh, you probably need a little more than that. And whatever you got left over, I'll come back and rob you again next week. Oh, man, you a real one. All right.
Oh, man, shit, oh, man, you a real one. We got All Spades in the building with the $5 super chat. He said, for the collection plate, great stream, brothers.
Baby, let me get some money.
What's wrong with your tummy?
No, I just need some money.
Who looks funny?
No, can I get some money?
Who you calling a dummy?
No, just money.
How much money you need?
Just 100.
How much you need $50 for? $25 ain't gonna get you nothing. How long you gonna have my $10? I need my $5 back by the end of the week.
Hey, Machismo, be careful, man. You might have a army of Machismos.
Yeah, I know, that's crazy, right? Yo, and yeah, shout out Ed Anderson. He said, make sure you guys subscribe to Salty Stream. You're right. I've been rotating everybody that's on the panel's banner all throughout the show. But let me throw Saul's up there real quick. And let's hop the contractor. Contractor, what you got for me on what because this is pretty much the end of the MTR's review, but I think he did a good job defending himself and pointing out the fallacies and going through and addressing the issue directly. Which is another reason why I play this, because I think this is a good example of let's say this is good PR. It's about good PR in terms of going in on the offensive without looking flustered, being able to make your point. And MTR is also like the master of the soft sell. Go ahead. That's all you, contractor.
No, I totally agree with that. Like, literally, we just watched him diffuse the whole situation. And at the end of the day, I got one question: why you messing with him? Why you messing with him? Because like that was the overall approach I got from it. Like, okay, so why you messing with him? The man sat there, he explained himself, and after he explained himself, he literally backed y'all down. So what you bothering him for? Myself personally, I'm a big believer in Signs of War, and I can see this coming on the horizon for a few more of us. So with that being said, gentlemen, prepare. The hell with it, prepare. So yeah, this is what the new front looks like. So just y'all get ready, man. Y'all be sitting right there, just like MTR explaining himself and talking to him and pushing all the haters back. But that's all I got.
Well played, sir. And like I said, it's a smart play by MTR. He got to protect his bag. He got the sponsors, and he does tremendous AdSense numbers. And he's built one hell of a community. And it says, I guess they asked him what we're reviewing. He said, Dice, the Dick Investigation and Customs Enforcement Report is what we're reviewing. That shit funny. Hold on, let me get one of these super chats. Black salute. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Black Mind, courtesy of Jet Black Airways. You're getting black this evening. Shout out to you, sir.
Shit, nigga, you know what time it is. Please don't do this, man. I got kids and they got school tomorrow. You got school tomorrow? All three of them, man. I gotta buy them uniform. Oh, you probably need a little more than that. And whatever you got left over, I'll come back and rob you again next week. Oh, man, you a real one. All right.
He said, I'll come back and rob you again next week.
Dice most wanted list.
I know, right? Derek Wilson in the building. Thank you, sir. Saluting the cause. Salute, brothers. All right, everybody really like this stream tonight. I got one for you. Bang.
Shit, nigga, you know what time it is. Please don't do this, man. I got kids and they got school tomorrow. You got school tomorrow? All three of them, man. I gotta buy them uniform. Oh, you probably need a little more than that. And whatever you got left over, I'll come back and rob you again next week. Oh, man, you a real one. All right.
Let's get to it. Andre, 2 minutes to land your plane. That's the time everybody's been falling in. What you got for me, sir?
No problem. I can land before that. So first of all, I would say shout out to all of you content creators that are actually putting out content that actually helps black men specifically, but men in general. But because that list there like I mentioned earlier, like it's pretty much all MGTOW content creators, and like the dude at the top of the list is Sandman, who's also a Canadian, and I don't know if you guys know, but like hate speech is illegal over here, so
You
this
said it's
list,
ill. You said it's illegal.
Oh yeah, so
it's
Andre's in. I forgot Andre's in Canada, right?
Yeah,
like it
but that's
like hate,
that's what Trudeau passed that, right?
yes, he passed that. Hate speech it was Bill C18. But hate speech is illegal, so technically I could get up to like 2 years just for having this conversation right now. So salute to you guys for doing
Wow.
what you do.
Well, I mean, you got to prove that what it is hate speech. See, that's that monarchy bullshit y'all dealing with in Canada.
Well, that's what I was gonna get to, because the contractor, he was saying that he's not like sure why they're going at why they're going at a fucking MTR like that, and my interpretation of him was he used to be I heard he used to be a MGTOW. I could be wrong on that, but I heard he used to be a
No,
MGTOW.
he still is a MGTOW. But the thing is, it's interesting you mentioned that, because I keep saying, they got enough money to get a lawyer to look at this, and Sandman definitely might want to do that, because if it's that, then you could argue it's defamation.
Well, the point that I was trying to make is that is like, yes, I am a MGTOW, so but like we don't practice hate. We practice just walking the hell away, or just doing stuff on your terms, which is considered as hate speech if you look at this list, because the majority of the people on this list are MGTOWs.
Yeah, it's defamation.
Or they use the talking points.
So apparently, if you don't have a girlfriend, or you don't, no, MGTOW. One thing MGTOW just characterized as really not believing in marriage, because the stuff needs to be reformed, and marriage is technically tying you to the state. So apparently, if you don't believe in marriage, that means you're practicing hate speech.
Well, to what the contractor was saying, that he doesn't understand like why they're going at him this hard. It's like, the thing is, like, it's basically a peaceful protest, where it's just like either walk away or just do things on your terms.
No, that's not why they're going at them. I mean, that's not why they're going. They just put this shit together half baked. I mean, as far as what contractor was saying about preparing for war, pretty much just to iterate what my interpretation of that is, means come correct when it comes to your content, come correct when it comes to your talking points, your research, your presentation. I know I need to work on that, because I just be wilding out, on my stuff. So you just need to be aware, and be aware that they may get smart and pull some of the deeper stuff. But at the end of the day, but free speech is free speech. And like I said, Sandman should sue, because it ain't like he's suing Canada. He literally could use the fact that you accuse me of a crime.
He can't.
He'd be suing the United States.
He can't sue because he was talking about this before the bill was.
No,
passed.
He can't sue Canada. He can sue an NGO in the United States.
Well, the problem is
the American NGO.
Because I recently just seen an article. It was Elon Musk. He was talking about this BS law that we have over here about hate speech, because obviously he owns X, right? So obviously he's going to have an issue with when you're going against free speech.
Yeah, but again, that's not. I get what you're saying, that he couldn't go. Maybe he can't go after Canada, but it wasn't Canada that accused him of this. This is an NGO from the United States,
funded by Homeland Security.
Yeah, so so in order to defamation, you have to show harm. MTR can show harm because if he has sponsors, by you putting him on his list, that can scare his sponsors. And so if you do civil, think about it. Do you think MTR would have a problem going into discovery about his content? Do you think MTR would be embarrassed to play his content in front of Congress, or in front of in front of a court? Do you think he would be embarrassed to play the full clip? No, I'm not trying to make you wrong. I'm glad you brought this up, because this makes what I said a little bit more legitimate. MTR can show that he's harmed if he loses sponsors over this, and obviously there's money due with that in our civil law. As far as Sandman is concerned, could you imagine if Sandman has to talk to whatever equivalent of the Canadian police because of something like that? So in our law, he could show he was harmed. Now that may not work in Canada, but that shit will work here. And so it's not like Canada is being harmed, because it wasn't Canada that accused him of this. It was an NGO in the United States. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
what I said before was that like one of the things that I'm surprised about this list is that they chose Sandman over Stardust, who, as far as I know, he's an American. And
Because
like
they were using social blaze. Whoever said that
Exactly.
was facts. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
it's not meant to. You're trying to make sense on some stuff that doesn't. I get
yeah.
it.
We kind of went over this earlier. Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah.
no, not you, Ed. I'm talking to Andre. And actually, actually, this ties into the point. Knockout wrote, "I'm surprised Coach Greg Adams is not on his list," and I agree with you also. But then when you watch Rolo's, because Rolo breaks down how they're redirecting traffic to like soft men content, like they're basically socially engineering the male audience. Like, oh, you want to see you want to see some good positive masculine male content, let's just go extreme and say Andrew Tate. They'll redirect them to like some soft men's content, like like
Yeah,
that's
it's like Matt Walsh.
yeah, right, exactly, or something even more
Andrew
along
Wilson.
that. And
What's
the other reason Coach Greg Adams isn't on this list is because he's already been demonetized. So there's
Well, there's another thing too, because like the reason why I even found Sandman in the first place was because of Coach Greg Adams, because he said that like he used to watch him, like that's one of the people that he learned from. He said this multiple times.
Well, Sandman has been around for years. I mean, Sandman was one of the first folks I watched when it comes to some of this content. Understand what people keep thinking is, oh, they watch this content and they're radical. That's not how it happens. People don't just find this content because YouTube doesn't promote this content like that. They really don't. That's why you have to do the reaction thing. But Sandman built his channel over the course of like 12 years. Like people forget that, because he's at like 200,000 something. So the thing about it is when you look at what's on the ground. So for example, Sandman plays the United States, but Sandman is in Canada as well. And Sandman does photography as well, I think too. But the thing about it is like the folks in Canada, they've been rattling alarms how crazy Canada is when it comes to like women and teachers and the feminine. They say what you Americans deal with is nothing. Compare, like basically they'll say Canada is like 6 or 7 years ahead on this BS from what America.
It really is. Like there's another law that actually been passed. It's illegal to misgender somebody under Trudeau.
Like it's illegal.
It's illegal. You get charged for misgendering somebody.
Yeah. So the thing about it is,
well, they got some of that going on down here. But
they got that in some states,
yeah, exactly, like on a state by state basis. All right, but Canada's kind of off the conversation path right here. All right, guys, we're in overtime. It is 2 hours and 51 minutes in. I'm gonna take a vote. We're already past overtime, so I don't give a fuck about how tight I normally run the show. We got 103 people watching. Ed's booming on his channel. The chat is engaged. Let's take a vote. I wanted to do MTR because he's one of the 3 black males that were on that list. And we've all watched MTR. I'm actually a fan of MTRs. I've been watching MTR since like 2016 or 15 or 17ish. So and I wanted to show also how masterfully, in terms of a PR damage control type thing, how well he played it. He played it very well. So that being said, we started off with playing like the first little bit of Rolo because Rolo is more methodical and he's more nuts and bolts and he gets right to it and he talks about the strategy and he was spot on. So we could take a vote on the panel. I could take MTR down because that's pretty much it. And let's go through some of Rolo's because it's primarily white men on the on this list. And I want to Rolo's because Rolo gets into the basically like the numbers and the strategy, like how they're redirecting the social media content. It's more analytical and stuff. So let's take a vote. Are you up for another 20 minutes or so, Ed?
I'm up for another 20 minutes, yeah.
All right, Art, what about you?
I'm going to peel out so I can get ready for tomorrow. So,
all right, well, thank you for dropping by.
I appreciate you guys having me up.
Yes, sir. And like I said, you know, we're normally done by now. But please drop by next Sunday, and I'm sure Saul will be over there in your neck of the woods. Saul, what say you, sir?
Yes, sir.
I got
Appreciate
another dub.
Huh?
I got another dub.
All right, cool. You got another dub. Contractor, what about you?
Man, I was micronapping through the whole damn stream for like 20 minutes. I'm good. Let's go.
All right, good. And all right, cool. And Andre? Wait, he dropped off. I'll let him back to the stage. All right, let me Red, we got another speaker here. Oh, is that you, contractor? Yeah, it is. Red Sigma with the $5 super chat. He said, "Great show. Thank you very much, sir." And you get a.
Baby, let me get some money.
What's wrong with your tummy?
No, I just need some money.
Who looks funny?
No, can I get some money?
Who you calling a dummy?
No, just money.
How much money you need?
Just 100.
How much you need $50 for? $25 ain't gonna get you nothing. How long you gonna have my $10? I need my $5 back by the end of the week.
Sidebar about Red Sigma. A lot of y'all see the comical clips on this channel. That's your guy.
You right. Hold on. Let me put his banner on the screen. Go ahead, Saul.
So, I mean, if y'all just, got a quick second throughout your day, them shorts, man, will have you floored, like for real laughing. So, shout out to Red Sigma, man. He has some great content over there.
All right, yeah, guys. Well, you know, we do this. Red Sigma lets us use a lot of his comedy clips. A lot of the funny stuff you see from season 1, 2, 3, especially the Kamala Harris stuff. That's all Red Sigma. That's his banner on the screen. Because this is his new channel, they took his other joint. So that's Sigma. All right, let's go. I'm gonna load a Rolo real quick, bang, and we can get started.
This is gonna
all right, perfect. And matter of fact, we got my man, whatchamacallit? Where's he at? Phillips is Scott, Mr. Derek Wilson in the building. Let me play a little piece of this. They keep asking for it every stream.
Simp alert. Simp alert. Simp alert. Simp alert. Simp
butt dancing, 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 little hoe, butt dancing, butt dancing, little hoe, butt dancing, butt dancing, butt dancing, butt dancing, butt dancing. You a hoe out here. Butt dancing, 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 butt dancing.
Wake up in the house, I look up, I see girls everywhere. I see bales everywhere. I see scales everywhere. I see hair and everywhere. I get mail everywhere. I get mail everywhere. I get mail everywhere. I get mail.
That's funny.
All right, let's go. We're gonna get through as much of this Rolo joint as possible. Juxtaposed with what how because MTR went on PR damage control, defend himself, such and such and such. Very good approach, and understandable. Rolo went on the this is bullshit, let me tell you why, and breaks it down more methodical and surgical with the what do we call it, the white boy I don't care air, which is apropos in this case. So let's play some of this.
Is out of ASU, or Arizona State University. It is an organization that is funded by the Department of Homeland Security. Now, I mentioned this I think it was last December, and it was a good joke at the time. Now it's not so much a joke, because at the end of March, they released a report on what they had done. Now, apparently, they have put me on some sort of watch list. They put Aaron Clary on a watch list, and maybe they don't know that we actually live in Las Vegas together. So I'm going to see if I can get Aaron Clary to come in and talk about this. He just put out a YouTube video on it. He's got a really great write-up on his blog if you would prefer to read it, but you can have it read to you on his YouTube channel, and sort of his response to all of this. Now, what's happening here is not only do we have Progressive Victory coming at Red Pill creators, we also have these NGOs that are trying to get us put on terrorist watch lists. Now, me personally, I don't know, but they do want to put incels and designate incels as a terrorist organization, a homegrown terrorist organization in the United States. That's what they would like you to believe incels are. The fraction of 1% of the population as identifying incels. Now, the reason they're doing this is because they have to justify what was a $700,000 investment or a grant money to diverting hate through the McCain Institute at Arizona State University here in the United States. All of this is taxpayer money, by the way. So again, I hate to go political on you, but I kind of have to here because this is affecting the red pill. So what do? Well, they've got to describe the problem first. So we're gonna describe the problem here. This was me from the report here.
All right, good. We're gonna stop there, but real quick. That's actually how we started off the show, because, like I said, he framed it very correctly, and he hit it spot on the nose. So let's start a round robin on this. You guys have been doing pretty good with the time. You guys know somewhere between 3 to 5 minutes. We're in overtime, so it doesn't matter. And let's start out with you, Ed, and then we'll play some more. If you and then if you don't even, some of you who are already here and already saw that part, if you don't have a response to that, you can just skip your round, and then we'll go to the next one. Go ahead, Ed. That's you.
Yeah, so appreciate it, and definitely gonna check out this like stream to stream link because there's a lot of uses this can definitely have. But as far as Rollo Tomasi, I mean, the funny thing is Rollo has books. Rollo has communicated with women, men. I mean, the thing that, as far as this stuff, it's not like he's somewhere to hide. I mean, if people want to interview him, he can be interviewed. He's been on bigger podcasts and stuff like that. And the thing about it is, as far as what he talked about when it comes to incels, yeah, they just want to be able to, this is like McCarthyism. They just want to come up with a word and label. And basically what you're saying is you can't get no pussy, so you getting violent. And this is crazy because these same people will have no concept of a radical feminist. They have no concept of how feminism affects women, how these schools have basically become factories to basically I'm talking about white women, put women in and turn them out, hating their own dads that literally paid for them to go to the school. I mean, you want to, let's open it up. And what you notice is how they're going about it. Notice how these people don't want to debate. Even when it comes to the Matt Walshes of the world and all these guys, I know Candace Owens was sitting with like a couple of these guys, because I know BGS covers them for time. They don't want to talk. And fuck talking to me. They don't want to talk to Dr. Tia Son Johnson. They don't want to talk to Rollo. They don't want to talk to nobody. I know the 21 convention is on there. 21 convention, you can buy a ticket and go there. I mean, you can go there and observe it. Why don't you? They don't want to do that because what they want to do is frame the argument, because they know once they have the conversation, you actually have a conversation. I mean, the red pill just means to be aware. That's it. What do you feel? How do you feel about marriage? The laws need to change. The issue is not marriage. The issue is divorce. I mean, and there's problems with that. And they don't want to have an actual argument. They're doing the same thing. What happened to Candace Owens when she got a gag order by Ben Shapiro? It's the same thing. And the fact that they have to do all of this just goes to show you they know they have a losing argument. But yeah, as far as what he said with the 700,000, yeah, that's absolutely what it is. And honestly, I'm telling you, a lot of this stuff can be labeled defamation, yo. I really believe it can. I'd be curious to see what the lead attorney would have to say about something like this, and I'll end it there. Well, or Dennis. Yeah.
Oh well, Dennis will be on it like a fly on shit. That he's a fucking fighter. He's already at war with something, so that's why he's laying low. Like I said, Dennis ain't nothing to play with. He ain't nothing to play with. Saul, what you got for me? I know you saw. I stopped it at right around the same point when we started the show, so you could skip around if you want.
I just only got one comment. It's kind of funny how Ed has been using satire as far as the dice, the dick police. Well, the
Yeah.
scary part about it is they really gonna have people busting in people's homes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's real crazy. You know what I mean? Oh, being rounded up. You know what I mean? Because they want to have passports in hand. You know what I mean? Like it is insane. It is totally insane. You know how people are like weaponizing this stuff. But like I said before, we need to come up with our own sort of version of this. Look at their methodology. Now, if we come up with our own version of this, and then what are they going to do? They're going to try to debunk it. Then it's like, well, one could question the sort of verifiability of this one right here, this report here, if we do the same, or we could do it the other way around to where we could just simply, pick this apart. You know what I mean, one way or another, and come up with something alternative, and actually openly challenge them to, question us to where they have to do their due diligence and investigation. Because here's how I see the play. You can't release a report like this and then label us who we are, and then not label the other side, because at its face, you choosing one group, just because they have a penis to regulate, and another group not to, especially if they're actually advocating for violence.
Well, women
So
aren't a threat. Women aren't a threat. That's the problem. But go ahead.
Well, we already know how that goes, but you know how you do the laws. I mean, remember, they wanted equality, right? So at its face, that's exactly what they, that should apply that way, But I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, they're not a threat. What are they going to do? Shoot tampons? But I digress.
No, I mean, seriously, like, the reason why I say that is women aren't a threat when it comes to turning over any organization. So the law, like Ruth Bader Ginsburg let it out the bag. The laws are actually not designed to control men. I'm not saying you're wrong, because you're actually right. Because for you to sit here and say that only radicalism can happen with men, that's crazy when you really think about it. But and they would never say that. They would never say, well, women aren't a threat. And they're not. That's why women are made to be the buffer class. At the end of the day, these are corporations doing this. And that's what needs to be understood about that. All this stuff traces back to Citizens United. Corporation, big C corps have way too much power. And all this BS with banning TikTok and all that, that is the government being puppeted by the oligarchy. That is exactly what this is, regardless of what Elon Musk is saying. At the end of the day, that's what this is. And they want to control men and allow women to kind of control the narrative. That's why they did what they did with Andrew Tate.
Well, basically, what I see happening is
hold on, Andre, we're running around Robin, bro.
Yeah, I did jump forward, so my bad, Andre. That's me, because I kind of set the tone for that. So my bad.
I want to piggyback on what you and Saul were saying. Saul, we've had this conversation. I used to, and I won't say what I used to do, but it required me to work with a lot of think tanks. And I was saying to Saul, when there was the backlog at the State Department with the passports, and in terms of the enormous spike, 500% increase. Like I said, policy wonks. There's an analyst somewhere, because I was one of those, and whose sole job is to watch a handful of things. And there's an analyst somewhere whose sole job is that's what we would pay attention to: spikes. And somebody somewhere, and I was telling somebody somewhere, and then they're watching the elections that are being lost, because there's baselines with everything, almost like an actuary table. And I was telling them months ago, somebody somewhere is writing a brief right now and shuffling it up to whatever floor at the State Department and somewhere else. And somebody else is writing the policy. And there's a meeting there'll be a meeting going on somewhere with all the briefs and all the heads from this department, and they're like, hey, it looks like I'm looking at this data, we might have a problem. And then now when we're looking at this, somebody sends a memo over to Homeland Security. Hey, our policy wonk said this, blah 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 blah, and this is what goes on because nobody knows shit. Like these people are a bunch of smart idiots. Then nobody knows shit. So then they're like, oh, so then they shuffle off the work. The memo gets sent to Homeland Security, like, yeah, we noticed these, blah 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 as well. All right, well, and then what do? Then they just fund some more policy research because nobody knows anything. All they're looking at is all these spikes and what their regular metrics are. And that's how we have these idiots over here who take the fucking money and they don't know anything. But then when it comes time around for them to turn into something for the $700,000 that they got some bunch of fucking interns on Social Blade using Chat GPT to write up a report, and they send it to Homeland Security, and these idiots don't know anything in it. You understand what I'm saying? I had this exact conversation with Saul, and it's just so crazy watching it happen in real time. And we had this conversation months ago because I pay attention to things. Yeah. So that's my caveat on that. Contractor, I know you saw the beginning of what I played up to so far. You got anything additional, or you can skip your round and we'll go. We'll move. We'll more out.
No, I'm good.
Hold on, I gotta stop the music when you talk because it bores you out. Go ahead.
Damn, that's crazy. No, I'm good. So I spent all this time sitting over here thinking about, okay, like why would they line somebody up like MTR? But then it struck me, like during this conversation as I was sitting here listening, they're painting Rollo Tomasi as being this extreme white bad guy. You know what I'm saying? So now you have to throw some color in the mix. You feel me? And they took the most meek one of us, then like I like what Ed said, the non-fire breathers, and threw them in there with them.
But that's because the fire breathers don't spike on Social Blade or any of the social media.
Yeah, because YouTube
that's all
can handle it.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah, so that tells you they're not. Yeah, this is not strategy. That's the thing.
This is strategy. This is a bunch of people scrambling to keep grant money.
Bro, for what you used to do, the company I work for, we got paid to execute that shit.
Exactly.
So I get exactly where you're coming from, and those were some of the dumbest fucking plans in the world.
A bunch of smart dumb people. You know what I'm talking about?
Fucking facts.
Yeah, because who has the lowest subscriber? I know. Keep going, but I need to look at who has the lowest subscriber count on that list.
Yeah, hold on. Let's just jump to it. Hold on, is it gonna play?
Somebody needs to mute up.
That's Contractor.
Oh.
Yeah, his shit is boring crazy.
Yeah, I mean, congratulations. You just accused a cancer survivor of being a male supremacist. I mean, what is a male supremacist? Like, did they describe what a male supremacist is?
That's what I'm telling you. They just made up. It's all made up, and it doesn't even matter. They'll get their grant money. Homeland Security gave them some metrics, blah blah blah, with the fake incel thing. We're talking about fucking 1 to 2% of the fucking population. And like I said, they spin their narrative around it, and it doesn't matter whether it's right or wrong. They get their grant money, and then if they need to be, they got the media in their pocket anyway. So they'll just press the narrative. It's a preemptive strike, and once again, it ties into also the part of the bottom line is this space in general, not just the black manosphere, white manosphere as well, because we have a codification of talking points. We agree on about 85% of the shit. It's the 15% that we're always killing each other over. But 85% of it we agree on. Fucking Tom Likas, I play Tom Likas on the nighttime show, and Likas has been doing this shit since the fucking 90s.
Tom Likas talks a lot more shit than most of us.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Yeah, that's my point exactly. But the problem is now that we are, especially with Andrew Tate blowing up, we have so much influence over the males now, and it's BJ has spoken to this. It's having an effect on the economy, on elections. Dudes are, like I said, the passport applications are. Uh, Andre always get used to give the stat from Love Crossing Borders that it was something like 17%. I could be fudging the number. Passport holders in the U.S. total. Right now we're over 50%, right? That's an astronomical jump.
You talking about we're not over? We can't be over 50%.
I saw.
Maybe it's been a 50% jump.
Yeah,
which is big, but we're not over 50% as far as passport holders.
We're way past a 50% jump. It's 500. It was a 500% increase in applications.
Okay. The applications.
The State Department is so backed up. Any numbers that you're getting out now, they're all fake.
Yeah, but we don't have the infrastructure to boost it
that's what I'm saying. They're so backed up. Like they're not even staffed for the influx that they got post COVID. And like I said, also with us being in space, and like I said, it's not just black guys with the passport thing. It's always been white guys, but it's just like Saul says, like this is the new hip hop. What we've made that shit hip. You understand what I'm saying?
Bro, I said the same thing on Saul's channel. Y'all don't quite understand. My stepsons are 20, 19, and fucking 17. They're not fucking with these bitches over here. Their dream is to get a passport and get the fuck. The message has permeated so goddamn deep that you have a 20-year-old, a 19-year-old, and a 17-year-old abstaining from fucking on something.
Facts.
Because they're like, I'm gonna go overseas and get it. That's how deep it's gotten, and that's just the three I've had an influence over for the past 2 years, bro. This shit is out of this world. You have fathers getting their sons' passports, sons buying their dad's passports, and vice versa. There is no way they could handle that kind of volume. Because they never expected for motherfuckers to run.
No, that's facts. All right, let's get Andre up in here. Go ahead, Andre. That's all you.
Yeah, it somewhat ties into what the contractor was just talking about, because there's a guy in the space. He's a doctor. He's a medical doctor, and he frequents the space, and I've seen him on a bunch of different channels and stuff. So he frequents the space, and he's also somewhat of a passport bro. But yeah, like he's actually mentioned this whole list thing. Like he's actually mentioned this like a couple months ago, talking about like like he was talking about like, because like he posted a link to a video where it was like Rolo and a bunch of other like content creators, like talking about how they're on a list that's being watched, and here they are again. And
I remember that because I was kind of writing that off.
Yo, let me see. International Quiet Storm says, I told Saul the other day, my youngest brother just graduated from college last week. He's 23 and a structural engineer. I asked him what did he want for his graduation, and he said a passport. Boots on the ground reports. Hold on. D. Scott said, I just bought my son a passport. And like I say this to Saul all the time. Like this travel stuff you see online, bro, you guys got no idea what it's like, boots on the ground, bro. Like I don't even go out to clubs and lounges no more. I'm primarily at cigar lounges and stuff like that if and when I do go out. And when I go there, bro, the cigar lounge is packed. Like, and I'm talking about like nice big high-end joints all the way through it. It's all men. And then you're sitting at the tables and everybody's talking about, oh, I just got back from here. I was on naming my homie Yaman. He's younger than me. He's in his 30s. He just got back from Thailand, Colombia, and like I said, he's a 6-figure dude. And like I've been in his ear about traveling, and he's booked for the rest of the year. And then like I was saying to Saul, it's the compound effect. Even the guy, like everybody's got a circle of friends So even if guys aren't thinking about doing it, men got that competition thing going. All it takes is for one guy in the circle to take the trip, come back, say how good it was, and then all of a sudden dudes are like, you know what? I'm gonna go too. That drives a lot of shit. Even as much as dudes hating on Passport Bros online, if you watch like a month later, it'll be the same dudes fly to the same place of the dude that they were hating on. Because it'd be like, oh, they be looking at people's pictures like, I could go over there, or it'd be on some shit like, oh, that dude went over there and did that. I'm thorougher than that dude. I could do that too. Yeah. Like that drives a lot of shit. Dudes are up out there, and like the travel game is serious. My man Gabe is in Colombia right now, and I think he got back today. All when he was in Colombia, he was texting me all when he was down there. He was like, the entire plane was filled with black men, and he was in Cartagena. He was like, God damn, it's like the hood down there. He was like, it's like every black dude from the United States is down here. Yo, that's what I'm telling you. It's way bigger than you think. And like I said, a lot of brothers got money, man.
Machismo, you remember the one video you played when the family was like, yeah, I met my neighbor's wife and she was so, he said that.
Yeah, so he said delightful, so right?
Fucking delightful.
Delightful.
You know how hard it is to get a nigga to say delightful? Delightful. That
niggas are conjuring words up.
I just want to quickly respond to what like Ed said earlier. Well, just now when he was talking about
I be saying a lot of shit.
Yeah, you did say a lot of shit. So it's kind of hard to keep track. But suck. All right, I'll come back.
All right, let's play some more of this Rolo shit. That was a good round, guys.
Okay. Tomasi's videos often critique and scrutinize figures within the same community. Notable instances include criticisms of individuals like Jordan Peterson, yes, Matt Walsh, yes. Apart from his online presence, Tomasi has authored several books from his online presence. Tomasi's authored several books on intersexual relationships, solidifying his... It's almost as if they had AI writing this. Like if you say,
yo, I said, everyone can spot it, right?
Copy AI, write me a description or profile of Rolo Tomasi. This is probably what you would get. Okay. The Realms of the Manosphere. His first blog began in 2011, and he released his first book in 2013. I would figure that copy AI would get that. His content, which heavily emphasizes red pill ideology and hypergamy, you wouldn't even, if that was the case, you wouldn't be using the term ideology, has garnered significant popularity. Despite his high standing in these aspects, his channel's score is tempered by a low ranking in female dishonesty. By who? Who's doing this ranking?
They ran it through a sentiment analysis program.
Due to the perceived lack of discussion on his particular subject. What the fuck is that? Like, what English are you using? Like an 8th grade English level doesn't even write this bad. Okay. In terms of subscribers, Rolo Tomasi experienced a modest growth on his channel in November of 2023 and had 218,000 subscribers. Yes, because I've been doing this with Pat Campbell since 2018. It's not significant, okay? I've been doing this a long ass time. You know how long it took me to get to 100,000? And by March 2024,
let's get past him. I want him to break down the chart. Hold on,
is an infringement of
right, hold on.
Justin Baldini or Baldoni.
I literally asked ChatGPT to write me you're a researcher, write me a summary on Rolo Tomasi.
Oh, what? You just did it?
No, yeah, I did. It's not exactly the same, but in the end it says, while some readers praise Tomasi's insights for providing clarity and guidance in navigating the complexities of modern dating and relationships, others criticize his views as overly reductionist or even misogynistic.
There you
Regardless of
go.
one's perspective, Tomasi's work has sparked a considerable debate and discussion within the manosphere and beyond, influencing how many individuals conceptualize and approach romantic relationships.
Yeah, like
That's actually not a bad write up though. That's
Yeah,
actually
actually, so
it's,
so
it's
y'all
actually
didn't, you dumbasses didn't even use Chat GBT.
yeah, it's better. It's better than what they have.
They probably used Microsoft.
And then they ran it through some sort of a weighted sentiment analysis to give it like a negative spin for the women. I know exactly what they did. Hold on,
well,
let's
like
go.
Whatever that guy's we are man enough.
Hold on, I'm just trying to get to him.
Decided that they were going to basically delete their account. Maybe they are.
This is what I want. Hold on.
Which are still, people are still subscribing. Look, where it's working. What we're doing is working. We're limiting these guys' exposure. We're diverting their traffic. We're diverting their message. We're diverting it somewhere else. And look.
Okay, hold on.
Man project. So they're diverting my traffic to those approved.
Okay, this is what I want. We're going to take it from here because he's talking about what they're actually what YouTube and this is, because they're working in cahoots.
That is directly fucking with my right to say what I want to say. Simple as that. So now we've got divert hate. We've got YouTube involved. And by the way, YouTube's not the only culprit. Twitter is also, Elon Musk is also involved in this too. Because if you read the report, which we will in the midweek show.
God damn, I got to pause again. We got another heavy hitter in the house. I got to get this dude to Don DeMarco. Sergeant Willie Pete in the fucking building. What a do play, boy.
Dom DeMarco. Dom DeMarco.
Salute, sir. He says they are intentionally conflating black pill and white men who exhibit severe fragility about white women losing power and hating women. Like the guy who was pepper spraying women in NY. I agree. All right, let's get
He does he's been doing a great job, like basically covering, basically how the boomers are, like how the powers that be, the government, the boomers, how they're just trying to maintain control, and how a lot of the same shit they've said about to black people, they're saying it to younger white men. So it's like this need to control young white males. And so he's been doing a lot of great videos on that. The last one was actually really good, 5 mics. So definitely check that out. So yeah, but anyway, absolutely.
All right, solid. Oh, yo, shout out MC Recovery and Relapse for the $2 super chat. He says salute at mediocre tutorials and reviews. MC Recovery, another day one. And let me give you this. You get this as well, sir.
Baby, let me get some money.
What's wrong with your tummy?
No, I just need some money.
Who look funny?
No, can I get some money?
Who you calling a dummy?
No, just money.
How much money you need?
Just 100.
How much you need $50 for? $25 ain't gonna get you nothing. How long you gonna have my $10? I need my $5 back by the end of the week.
Oh, that shit, every time that shit hits. What you calling a dummy? $50 ain't gonna get you nothing. All right, let's go.
What I was trying to get in to say is
you'll see exactly what.
Huh?
What I was trying to get in to say is that this has been mentioned before. To what Ed was saying, that like he heard about this earlier and he dismissed it, that's what most content creators did. They dismissed the fact that like the government was getting involved in a space, and they were just like, well, they're mostly going after like white content creators, but there's few black people caught up in this shit.
Yeah, I take a mentality of I'm gonna be real with you. I take a mentality on what the fuck they gonna do about it, because it's kind of like ninjutsu where you redirect energy. Here's the reality of the situation. Even with Rolo talking about rotating like redirecting traffic. At the end of the day, here's the thing, and even if these people are listening to me right now, no matter what the fuck you do, You all have pushed the limits on what you all can get away with without really revealing yourself by actually changing laws and actually, like, y'all gonna have to start doing some Patriot Act level shit. And what I know is y'all may be able to get away with doing that with a black thing because that's a minority population. Y'all are not gonna be able to pull that shit on white men. And SFP actually does a good job in showcasing certain other content creators that we could disagree on certain things, like white content creators. This stuff is seen, and this is on YouTube, let alone TikTok, which a lot of this stuff is flowing. There's conversations that are being had, and the politics are no longer just left right anymore. People are realizing that stuff is not working, you know, in the way, like, as far as like just controlling people. So people are really looking for solutions. And what you see with all this, and I've told BGS, these people, one of the things that me and BGS disagree with is BGS is saying that they're trying to do it slow so they can insert the people like Matt Walsh and stuff in. But the problem is Matt Walsh and all those other guys, they're not interested in solving the problem. And they don't have a solution. And if they do, it's coming too slow. The reality, like when you look at the Gen Z right now, Gen Z is fucked. They know, and they know they're fucked. They know, like, that's different between the millennials. We had a path to where, you know, we went to school, we did this, we went, got to get, you know, they don't have that. And so no matter what you say, no matter if we're online or offline, they know that. So you're not going to spin that. So no matter what so that's why when it sounds like I'm like dismissing this, that's why. Because yeah, we can cover it and observe it and let it know. But ultimately, unless they just going to start telling people to turn people's channels down, which guess what? You start doing that, people going to start learning how to get email lists. And they start learning how to get email lists. Now you're really fucked because you're not going to be able to track that shit like you can track social media traffic. And so they can do what the fuck they want to do. The more they actually have to come in the light, I'm saying something done. The more they have to come in the light and actually show who they are, the worse it's going to be. Think about it. Everybody with Donald Trump, what are they saying? Oh, it's the deep state, the deep state, the deep state. That's white people saying that. So all this does is prove that shit. So, you know, let them come. That's what I say. Because the fact that they're doing it this way, they don't want to be seen. They don't want to be. That's why they're doing everything on the low. Anyway.
Hold up, and that's Kevin. What he say? U.S. passport holdings were approximately exactly. Yeah, those numbers match. Glow Hardy with the super chat. He says the $19 super chat. Roll it back. He says, "Do y'all think that this is something to be concerned with? The fact that DHS is behind this is concerning." Half and half. Like, bear in mind, it is an election year. It's an election year. We're almost close to November. Trump is a populist. Trump has the support of the majority of men who are not soy boys, you know, let's keep it a buck, in the United States. And he's getting a tremendous amount of support from the black male voter. And that's all the way down to the Z's. Believe me, they see these polls, and like, whether you're taking polls or not, you can just take a temperature check on social media. And social media is, to a large extent, a very good indicator of collective consciousness, be that what it may. The BW is going to vote 85% to 95% Democrat, no matter what. So, which once again doubles down on my point that the men are the issue. Not only that, like I said, the resources are leaving, and like I said, a tremendous amount of men are checking out. You know, somebody even like myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty good with the women. Like, I'm in a conscious decision to, you know what I'm saying, resituate myself to be remote, work overseas. I'm not chasing down no push. Chicks still be throwing it up. Like, niggas ain't interested. Niggas is on their grind. That's real shit. Everybody, all my friends are 6-figure dudes. You know what I'm saying? My whole circle. Like that's real shit. Like, niggas is focused. Let's get back to Rolo breaking this down a bit. We are at 3 hours and 32 minutes in. And I'll play a little bit more and we can wrap it up after this if guys need to go to sleep. I dig it.
The mechanics are behind this, but essentially what they're doing is, the reason why they call it divert hate is because they're trying to divert my traffic to Justin Baldini or Baldoni, and We Are Man Enough. Man bun. I've talked about Baldoni or whatever his name is in a few times. You want to talk about like boomer masculinity? You want to talk about like hippy dippy, Brazilian power crystals and sunning your bunghole? That's this dude. Okay, and they're also sending my traffic off to what is it? The Good Man Project, which is a name I haven't heard in a long time. But if you look up a video and it's called Dear Woman, that's the Good Man Project. So they're diverting my traffic to those approved masculinity sites because they are the only arbiters to let you know what misogyny is, what being a masculine supremacist is. They're the only arbiters of this, and the DHS is funding this with your tax dollars to the tune of $700,000 to basically throttle my traffic, throttle Aaron Clary's traffic. They would have throttled Fresh and Fit's traffic, but they were already demonetized, which is an interesting twist and plot twist in all of this. Because if Myron and Fresh were monetized, would they then be a target of divert hate? Because that says to me that they only care about taking money away from myself, taking money away from Fresh and Fit, taking money, and Pearl was on the list as well, taking money from these big creators. Pearl's demonetized. They didn't go after her. Fresh and Fit were demonetized by the time they initiated this program. I was not. And so, yes, I have most definitely seen a decline, or actually I should say a flat line in my subscribership on this channel. How do I know that? Because I also have the Access Vegas channel, and I also have I have my Clips channel as well, which people are still subscribing to. The Access Vegas channel went from, I mean, we've had it for about a year now, but it jumped from about 4,000 to about 7,000 in the last 4 months or so, which is just, it's just a modest incline. We only do it once a week, so I can understand. But again, the subscribership isn't that big a deal, but it is how it's their metric. It's how they're measuring this, because what they're trying to do is say, look, it's working. What we're doing is working. We're limiting these guys' exposure. We're diverting their traffic. We're diverting their message. We're diverting it somewhere else. And look, here it is. It's in the numbers. I'm going to show you those numbers right now. I had them just up here a second ago. So if you look at Sandman's numbers here, and you look at, by the way, MTR is on there as well. Legion of Men. I don't know who that is. Then oh gosh, how did I get? What am I at? The fourth here? I'm only fourth place. My male supremacy scaled metric, whatever the fuck that means, is an 89 score, which means I'm 1 point above Fresh and Fit Clips, because I guess Fresh and Fit Clips were still monetized when they initiated this stuff. I don't think they are anymore. Maybe they are. Rich Cooper, beat ya. I got one above Rich there, okay? Rich's subscriber count, if you look at his subscriber count, he's at 9 when they started in November of 2023. He was at 975,000. Now he's at over 1 million. And that was an increase of only 3.6% or 3.67%. Okay. Now remember, this is a 6-month period, because this report came out in March. Now, how did I get a hold of this report? I got a hold of it through my good friend Bex, and I'll explain to you who she is here in a bit. But you had to go digging for this. And the moment we made this public, they took it down and they killed the Divert Hate Twitter account is gone. And everyone associated with this decided that they were going to basically delete them.
Whoa! I didn't watch this all the way through. Wow, they got rid of the Twitter account. All right, hold on. I'm gonna let them finish going through the numbers, and then we're gonna stop it there. We're gonna do one round robin. I'll get everyone's closing comments, and we're gonna call it a night. Okay? But that's all. What I said, Rolo did a really good job breaking down the numbers surgically and the strategy. So let's let it play for another minute.
Their accounts. So you tell me what the fuck is going on. Just Pearly Things. Now they put asterisks by Fresh and Fit, Sandman, and Pearly Things. They did that because those asterisks imply or show that they were monetized. They're no longer monetized when they started. So Pearly Things was at 1.8. Now she's at 1.9. They think this is a victory. It's only 8.1%. Right? Steph is Cold is on there. Aaron Clary. That's the one I wanted to get to. Sorry, Aaron, I beat you. Aaron Clary's only got a 75 rating on his male supremacy scaled metric. Again, unclear what the fuck that means. Okay. His sub count was 110, and he only got an extra 10. Actually, he had a better growth than I did during this time. And then 21 Studios, why they're even on this list anymore is beyond me, because they've been defunct for quite some time. But there you have it. So pertaining to my channel, if you look at this, I was at 218 in November, and now as of March, when they released this report, I'm at 221. I only increased 1.38% because they were redirecting my traffic. Now, the other thing is I only do these, every single one of these guys does way more videos than I do. I do this show. I do regularly. I only do one show a week. This show for anywhere between 3 and 5. Okay, let me stop lying. 4 or 5 hours. And that's it. And then my clips channel. And then I've got Access Vegas. That's all I'm doing. So my growth isn't going to ever be isn't going to be comparable to like even Aaron Clary's, right? Aaron Clary had made a good 10,000 more. So they look at those percentages, and those percentages right here, if you have a look at this shit, there you go. If you look at the percentages right here, mine's only at 1.38%. This, by the way, the increase in percentage right here at the very right column there, that's what they're trying to sell the Department of Homeland Security. Look, it's working. We did something. And when you work for an NGO, that's all you really got. You have to make work. You have to prove that you've done something with the $700,000 that the taxpayers gave you through the DHS, through the McCain Institute, and into Divert Hate, which is an NGO. So when we make up our own rules and we decide I don't even know what a male supremacy index fucking is. Who is doing the fact checks on these people? Who is checking the checkers? Who is behind all this fucking shit? We're gonna find that out in the midweek show with me and Aaron Clary. But that's the short version of what's been going on with us. This last one here. Okay, I had to throw this one up here. In February 2024, we ran a diversion campaigns for 2 of our partners, Man Enough and Man Therapy, across 9 channels.
Yeah, this is the part I wanted to see. These are the channels that they're diverting their traffic to.
Real MTR, The Rational Male, Rich Cooper, Clips, his Clips channel, Entrepreneurs in Cars, and Unplugged Alpha. Steph is Cold, Aaron Clary, Captain Capitalism, and you can see the rest here. Okay, 21 Studios. Due to the demonetization of Sandman, Legion of Men, Fresh and Fit Clips, and Just Pearly Things, we were not able to run diversion campaigns. So essentially what they're saying is they could give 2 flying fucks about where the diversion goes. They only want to attack monetized channels. So it's not about some concern about misogyny. It's not some concern about some male supremacy index metric, whatever the fuck that means. They're not concerned about that. They're concerned about taking away your fucking bread. That's what they're concerned about. And this is, again, any civil rights attorney that wants to contact me and help me out with this, I am more than happy to sign my name on whatever you want to fucking do, man.
Got a white man saying
we set out.
Exactly. We can stop it there because that's the meat of what I wanted to get to. Like I said, he did his research. He presented his argument well, and it was surgical and sanitized. All right, let's do a round robin on this. What we heard so far, and the other thing is whatchamacallit, Man Enough and Man Therapy. This is social engineering. These weren't picked randomly, so it's also them trying to dictate what men consume in terms of masculinity. It's like I said, all of these think tanks and these memos that have gone out, I know how this works. Like I said, it's contributing to the social engineering, and also like I said, we're X amount of months away from November, and things aren't going the way they thought they were going to fucking go. Hold on, and let me address a couple things in the chat, and we'll do the round robin closing statements, and we'll get out of here. Super chat $4.99 from Big Trucker with Mike Ross. I agree with contractor. Most people do, good sir. Most people do. And you get a...
Shit, you know what time it is. Please don't do this, man. I got kids and they got school tomorrow. They got school tomorrow? All 3 of them, man. I got to buy them uniform. Oh, you probably need a little more than that. And whatever you got left over, I'll come back and rob you again next week. Oh, man, you a real one. All right.
and with all them coming at all this male content and with regard, this is my opinion with regard to this report and this basically psyop and social engineering fucking op on us.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do.
And Sergeant Willie Pete said, I like this. He said, society desperately needs men's labor. With so many men checking out, society is on the brink. They are trying to figure a way around addressing men's issues while extracting utility from them. He spot the fuck on. Ed, what you got for me, Playboy?
Yeah, so as far as SWP, if you like that comment, like just for people in the chat, he's been doing stuff in there. Just type in Sergeant Willie P, this stuff will come up there. Pretty much.
No, don't do that. They might redirect them to Man Enough or Men Therapy, Ed.
Well, you know, if you actually type it in, it'll be, so make sure y'all pay it. Well, they might try it with all this, but he's been doing stuff with that because once he realized these bitches are full of shit and they're lying with the statistics, I mean, he finally gets how deep they're lying. He ain't even in the gender war no more, so his channel's actually been growing pretty good because even white boys be commenting on his shit. So that's when white dudes are looking for answers from black men that they can't see, which is one of the reasons why, by the way, Kevin Samuels stuff blew up, because white women will listen to it as well. You know you fucked up. And another thing I want to say too is with the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beat, people like, why am I bringing it back to that? Is because the reason I paid attention to it was these beefs and stuff, these things, elections too, they let me know what stage is the internet at. How much has the internet progressed with, you know, the technology, with the social media, with people engaging in it. And you saw stuff with this beef that you've never seen before. You know, how even white people were engaging in stuff with black people and stuff like that. And Drake is obviously a diplomat, you know, when it comes to, he's mainstream, but the way this stuff moved and the speed that it moved, when you combine that with the Gaza situation, when you combine that with how they went out of their way to pass to try to get rid of TikTok, which is in the courts right now, when you look at how unanimous that vote was, which they don't agree on nothing that unanimously, nothing. And then how fast Biden signed it. So that's the first part. The second part is I want to thank the people that put this article together, because one of the things that gets on my motherfucking nerves is BGS as well as me, but mainly BGS having to justify why we do what we do, saying what we do don't matter, saying what we do has no impact. You know, somebody said, you know, some dumbass, and I'm not gonna say who it was in somebody's chat comment said, well, what can I take my nephew and what can I take my son and my nephew to show them what the manosphere has done? Well, get this fucking report is something you can show them, because if we weren't making an impact, they wouldn't do this, period. So, and this is so this may not be directly the Department of Homeland Security, but the fact the NGO and the university is even doing research on that, what the fuck, and the fact that they're using this type of extreme language, that's because they see what we see as a problem. Also, Andrew Tate, remember, they in the UK schools, they actually went and fucking had a class or a course about de-Andrew Tating people.
Yeah, it's a re-education program.
Yes. So the point is that the point, and yeah, Glow Hardy said it, admitting that they're running diversion campaigns, that is insane. It is. The freedom of speech and the freedom of discourse, because my thing is, whether you believe in white supremacy or not, if you don't see them doing that with Richard Spencer, you don't see them doing that with people saying all these code words when it comes to racialized language. Y'all not on it like that. Hell, this is what y'all supposed to fucking be doing with white supremacy. But like, whether you believe in that or not, but they want to do it with us. And here's the thing: if we were saying crazy shit, they would promote it, because they would say that's the face of what we do. They don't have that. They can't have that without looking like, at the end of the day, what we're looking for, what we do here, this is This is political discourse or social discourse. That is what this is. This is us percolating ideas, like you said, Machismo, and the best ideas win, and people in the black manosphere, but also with the white manosphere too. That's why you talk about the 21 Studios being debunked. We go back and forth. The last thing I'm gonna say, you stupid motherfuckers. You actually think you're going for the money matters? My channel is demonetized. To be fair, I kind of fucked my channel. I shot my channel in the foot, kind of by accident. So I'm not gonna blame you two for that. That didn't stop me from saying the shit that I'm saying. Most of us don't do this for money. And to be fair, we have great people that donate. Shout out to, Mr. Charles for giving me 100 cash. I greatly appreciate that. That keeps us going. At least in the black manosphere, most of the black manosphere doesn't do this for money. So all that bullshit about sponsors and shit, we gonna give you this work. And even if you delete our channel, we'll still go to Rumble and we'll still create buffer accounts. And there is still TikTok where we can sneak some shit in, even though I know how TikTok is. So these people don't know what the fuck they're doing. So for all, I'm gonna say this and I'm done. For all of you all that are, some of you all kind of talk like you're scared about what they're gonna do. The more they do, the more they gotta come out in the light. They don't want to come out in the light. We are daywalkers in this motherfucker. And now that these white boys realize they will fuck with them, maybe they'll stop talking about the fucking BBC and stop worrying about that, and they actually will start getting their mind right and getting the fucking business. But that may be too much to ask for.
Well, and
my nigga. Andre, we run a show, okay? I play the clips, we run around robin, and I tell the order in which people are going to speak. You have a time limit, okay?
Well, my apologies, sir.
Okay? Let me run my show. Saul, what you got for me, boy?
I say this, man. Bottom line, this is our opportunity to go ahead and fight back. I've been emphasizing, quote unquote, some content as far as research goes, as far as looking at arguments and its policies and things like that. I want to empower people to be able to surgically debunk those things. I know at times some of that content may not necessarily be the most juiciest, because I don't really have a whole bunch of niggas over at my channel throwing chairs, and stomping them in the nuts. You know what I mean? That's not my style. But as you can see, the sort of clear and present danger that we all face with, everybody trying to put the muscle on us or whatnot. I say, take your resources, your knowledge. I mean, this is a sum of knowledge and talent that us as black men have here. We're a random sample of that population. So I say, do what you will and need to, as far as addressing things like this, man, because as you can see, it may potentially get ugly. But I will say, anything that is earned has to be fought for, and that's exactly what we're doing now. We fighting for it. Ain't nobody just gonna give up power and just respect you just because you're you. It hasn't been done before, right? Remember, our ancestors paid in blood for civil rights to even culminate in the 1960s. But even then, from the 100 years from the first Civil Rights Acts after the Civil Wars on to the 1960s, there was still a sort of a Trojan horse put in there. And we're still dealing with that shit today. And we already know what that is, that good old sex part. But I'll land my plane there, man. We already know what it is. And thank you, Ed, for stopping through. Thanks, Andre, for stopping through. Shout out to our new star, my Divine Nine brother, for stopping through earlier, as well as Cheeto. Salute to you. Machismo for hosting this panel. And nevertheless, y'all be sure to support Contractor, because he's next up to the plate. He's going to be bringing some raw and blue collar content for you all. So we got a team for you all coming. All right. And that's where I like to land my plane.
Well played, sir. Andre, what you got for me? 3 minutes to land your plane, sir. Andre, you gotta unmute yourself, bro.
Yeah, my apologies. My earbuds was about to die, so I was about to switch them. But uh, uh,
Andre?
I'm gonna have to swap out. So just can you, if I could just go after the
Have
next
the contractor, no problem. Contractor, what you got for me, Playboy? You gotta unmute yourself, bro. Contractor. Man, everybody done dipped off. All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's do closing statements. Hey, you still there, Playboy?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah,
All right,
I mean,
cool. Let me get your closing statement for the chat and the replay gang, sir.
yeah, it's 3:50 in the morning, and we're having this type of conversation. So this shit go 24 hours. They can't stop shit, you know. And the thing is, one of the things that I'm very appalled on when I see these articles or these reports is there's always some bull ring femcel looking mofo. Like these people wouldn't even be caught dead in these events. And like they come out of a basement. So ultimately, man, we know what we're fighting for. We know we operate on an honor code. There's a reason these people don't want to have a conversation in the lights. They want to, you know, try to put gag orders or try to make the case to, you know, basically cut out freedom of speech in which this country was founded on. And like I said, the reason I've been, and so let me also reiterate this. Now, I didn't see that Rolo. I don't watch the White Manosphere. So I didn't see none of that video, you know, until you played it. So I want the record.
I'll send you the link to it.
No, absolutely. But I want the record to show when I was saying the stuff about the I don't necessarily think I was the first person to say. No, I think you said that it was you know, it was basically, you know, it was being funded and all of that. You know, I basically co-signed that. Notice how when we say these things and Rolo said, like, it's obvious that's what they're doing, and this is not the first time they've tried to come after this space. Ultimately, man, and especially when it comes to the election, like y'all doing all of this, you know, for the election. This is how you know they lost. And I'm not even like a Trump supporter like that. You know, I'm probably gonna vote for RFK or something. Like I ain't voting for Biden, but my point is they're doing all of this to maintain power. Like remember, these are parties. These are parties. And then the Department of Homeland Security is worried about what we talking about on YouTube. That's crazy, man. When you
it makes sense. It's because we have influence on men. The men, it's like Sergeant Willie Pete said. You know, like I said, like this whole shit falls apart when the men stop caring. They stop sending them up. Yeah,
but that is not their job. Their job is not to try to have control over a populace. Their job is to protect the populace.
Well,
so
that's idealistic.
So what I'm saying is, what are we doing illegal? Because if we're not doing nothing illegal, what you doing is infringing upon people's rights to speech. Because even let's say what we're doing is exactly like what you said SWP is saying. Well, first of all, you fucking fix it by passing policy. I'm gonna tell you you want to know how to kill the red pill? Let me tell you how to kill a red pill. It's easy. Just address the shit that people are talking about. You want more men to get married? Stop penalizing. Stop taking half their shit when it comes to divorce. Make it more equitable. I'm not here to say that a woman that spends 15 years with a man doesn't deserve anything and she pops babies out and shit. That's not what we're talking about. But I damn sure be damned if a bitch spends 5 years and she ain't got no kids and then she thinks she got to claim this money. We need a bill of rights when it comes to that. Why don't you get rid of the family court? Why don't you reverse the tender years doctrine? You know, and the last thing I'm gonna say is all of y'all that always be making fun of me, not people over here, but you know the people that do, that want to say, oh, it's not a gynocracy. It's not a gynocracy. You just making that up, Ed. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck do you think this shit is? Anyway, I rest.
Oh no! All right.
We'll take that little last part.
Those are for my detractors.
No. But hold on. Wait. No, I'm trying to get to it. I got too many fucking buttons back here. Yo, Ed, I don't know. Have you ever heard? It's funny you said that about the no gynocracy. Have you ever heard our intro for the Sunday show?
No.
No, you're on the intro drop here.
Because we're in a fucking gynocracy, god damn it! Because we're in a fucking gynocracy, god damn it!
We started the show with that shit. That's in our official intro. We've been doing that shit for like fucking 3 seasons, bro.
Yeah, I'm not where BGS is because BGS has been saying it's a white gynocracy, but I'm getting there, man, because that shit is crazy.
All right, good luck. Saul, let me get your closing statement, sir.
Oh, I already more or less did it, man. I'm going ahead and concede to the other gentleman there. Y'all make sure y'all going over to Ed, support his channel.
Yeah, obviously his banner back on the screen.
You know, and just please understand why. You know, a lot of people say this, and I want people to really, really think about this. You see these simp channels and stuff like that. You see these guys gladly give their money and their resources up, you know, just because somebody shows some titties. She ain't even got to do anything, right? The minute a brother needs something to support their channel or whatever the case may be, and I don't even ask for anything on my channel, I really don't. So my only call is for you all to support your favorite content creator or whatever, because you see what they're trying to do. They're trying to economically, would you say, castrate people, right? It's really not about anything when you really look at the crux of everything except the money. That's what they're trying to cut off. But see, this is what they don't understand. Much to Ed's point, we're mission driven, right? People have been up 24/7 talking shit, a sort of resilient enemy. You know what I mean? So when they're done putting down the batteries of those dildos and stuff like that, their fingers get to moving from their onto the keyboard and putting with that shit, you know, on the griot. That's what the fuck they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So these brothers who put in their time, their work, and their energy, and the risk. You understand what I'm saying? You see these listing all this shit out here. You know what I mean? Y'all support them. This is why I go as hard as I do in supporting these brothers, because they've taken the supreme risk to speak about all this stuff on our behalf, right? So even all those guys who don't want to go overseas and stuff like that, who don't want to participate in the Passport Bro stuff, we're actually adjusting the market with quote unquote less supply of dick. And with the less supply of dick, guess what goes up? The worth, the value, even by default. So even those who are detractors who like to talk shit, unfortunately, they benefit too. But understand, make sure that, you know, and I hope they don't take this out of context, you contribute to the war chest. War of words, because that should be in some damn article somewhere.
Yeah,
the war chest.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, well played,
Yeah,
sir. Well played.
We what does a manosphere do? We are one of our main mission statements is anti-propaganda. We are counter propaganda. And as you can see, we're counter bullshit. That's what we serve. And if we didn't exist, God knows the type of bull. I mean, that's one thing that's funny with SWP. SWP was pretty much like, fuck it, once he realized the extent of how much these women are lying, when he dug into the statistics, talking about how many men don't have kids versus men that do have kids versus men that are married to have kids and the men that don't have married to have kids. That these motherfuckers have been lying for decades. These women do not want us talking. They do. And here's the thing, we're not here to change women. That's when people want to say about the SBE shit. That's not what we're here for. We are here to change how the men perceive what it is. Because if they change the perception of what it is and we get on the same page on basic stuff, I'm not saying we gotta agree on everything, but on basic stuff that we pretty much agree on, and we realize there's an antagonist to those things, then they ain't got nothing to do, because now men are voting for what's in their best interest. And by the way, that doesn't harm women. Now, if you got women that they've been getting off doing the bullshit, then yeah, they've gone from not getting any tariffs to getting tariffs, to not being taxed to being taxed. But that they should have always been taxed in the first place. That's what it is. And so that's the problem that they have. And the government knows it's an issue, because here's what they don't want. I'm going to say this and I am done. They don't want certain women starting to agree with what we have to say. They don't want it to be like when you got Crimson Cure and you got all them other chicks that's like Dee and Reba TV, because once they do that, they can't make it a gender argument. That's why when people were telling me that I was wrong when I said one of the good things that came out of Kevin Samuels was what I call the female accountability department. It with Reba TV, Dee and all of them, and Shay Sade and those folks. I'm not saying dudes need to go over there and support them. They don't need your help. They clearly have support. But what I am saying is them being out there, because they're going to be out there regardless whether we support it or not. That helps us because now it makes it so you can't make the gender argument. It's very hard to call you a male supremacist if you got females supporting your information.
Yeah, but you like you said, yeah, they're arbiters of the lexicon. You understand what I'm saying? Arbiter, yeah, I agree. I agree with that sentiment. Andre, let me get your closing statement, sir. 2 minutes to land your plane, and we'll close the show with Contractor. Let's go.
Well, thanks for having me. I think this was a great conversation, and just looking at that list, like I'm not sure about all these content creators, but like I said, like my understanding is the majority of them, if not all of them, like they're either MGTOW or MGTOW adjacent. And I think the worst person on that list is just Pearly Thing, but she was like what, like 5th or 6th on the list?
Because of her size and influence. Bear in mind, she really blew up when she went to London, so she has an international. She has an international subscriber base. It's about influence.
Well, I'd say she's the worst because and somehow she's like 5th or 6th on the list, which says a lot because she has the largest audience out of everybody on the list, and on top of that, like she's a white girl saying like MGTOW talking points.
That's your closing statement?
I'll give it a little bit more.
No, I mean you don't have to. I just wanted to know before I didn't want to cut you off.
No. It's all good. I like conversation. So yeah, she's a white girl using like MGTOW talking points. So I think she's the worst person on the list. And on top of that, like she's uninformed and like she's only gonna take it to a certain level and stop at that because that's gonna F her up if she goes any further, because then you're gonna actually have to look at like the real issues and stuff.
Well, I don't think that that's what the report is concerned with. The report clearly shows that they have no idea what they're actually researching. This looks like a bunch of interns put something together off of a social blade or something like that. That they were just using metrics. They were using some tool that tracks social media. They were doing keyword search algorithms type shit. Who's getting the most traffic? Because as Rolo Tomasi said, what they did in turn was because they had to provide something solution based. They redirected traffic. It's an aspect of social engineering. That's all.
Well, they said they were going off the male supremacy scale, which is based off
once again, that it's in a keyword matrix. I know exactly what they're doing. And the fact that Steph is cold, Fresh is fit, and MTR on there actually kind of proved the point. Because they're nowhere. They're like Steph is cold is pretty much like a lifestyle and dating coach. Although, like I said, the red pill talking points, as we call them, they overlap because it's their men particular issues. Fresh and fit, of course, because they're so large and they're like frat boy red pill, and more importantly, they have influence on I would guarantee their demographic covers 18, primarily they have a younger demographic. I'm sure they go 18 all the way to 50 something, but I would bet that if you look at their back end, it's 18 to like 25 numbers or age bracket is spiking. That's all that's going on there. They whoever put this report knows nothing about the talking points. They pretty much don't even care. They can't make that type of analysis that you're trying to make.
Yeah, they're pretty much just going off like titles. They're going off of stream and video titles and not actually looking into the actual content. But like, I'm not trying to hold you. So thank you for having me. It was a great conversation.
All right, excellent. Thank you, Andre. Contractor, closing statement. What you got for me, sir? Contractor? This nigga might have fallen asleep. All right, guys, it is 4 o'clock. We are 4 hours and 7 minutes in. I want to thank everybody for coming out this evening. This is actually probably our longest Sunday night stream. I want to thank Ed Anderson for coming out, and everyone in the chat, everyone who supported the stream. Oh, shout out to the Art of Will. Thanks for holding it down in the chat, telling everybody to get the likes up and holding it down in the chat. Great job here. Thank you, Art of Will. I like your content as well. Thank you everybody for stopping by. Saul, you good?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Hell of a show, man. Sergeant Willie Pete, Black Mind, Passport OG, all the heavy hitters. Ed Anderson on the panel. Great honor. He said, you just helped Ed reach his likes goal. That's what's up. I see right now we still got 120 watching. Fantastic. We will be back next Sunday with all the nonsense that is going on ridiculously in the space. We had Tito on this evening as well. His channel. That's our Patreon on the screen. Please join. And like I said, there's a lot of free content on there. So even if you don't want to do all of our seasons are backed up on Patreon. You can see everything on Patreon, but there's free content on there. But join even on the free tier, just primarily and more importantly, so we can keep in touch with you with regard to if anything funky happens with the channel, so you know everything that's going on with us and what our next move will be. Do not put all your eggs in one basket with YouTube content creators. On that note, we will see you guys next Sunday. And as always, good night and good luck.
Brothers and sisters, give me your grit money, give me your weave money, give me your perm money, your Jordan money, your Alizé money, your 40-ounce money. We need the money, brothers and sisters. How about you hit the Cash App? Brothers and sisters, give me your grit money, give me your weave money, give me your perm.
Shout out to Machismo TV, man. Shout out to them. Okay? Those brothers say they're here to expand, you know what I'm saying, the content of the black man. That is the origin of their channel. They let it be known. Those brothers are trying to help spread our message through, hey, they simply tell you, hey, rerun, uninterrupted, or whatever, except for the Sunday nights. Make sure y'all start pulling up on them too, man. Hey, Machismo TV, Saucy Balls, them dudes support this sector, man, promotion wise, especially monetarily wise. So, hey, man, we got to start supporting those brothers, man. All right? Start supporting those brothers, man. All right? I know them niggas be up late. Them niggas is some night owls, okay? Them niggas some night owls. But, hey, man, y'all niggas be up, you know what I'm saying, that late anyway, bro. So, support those brothers, because that's who's supporting us. Shout out to Machismo TV.
Oh, baby. Yeah. Grown up shit. Kids not allowed in the living room type shit. Fendi socks match the robe. The flyest nigga on the whole globe. My front gate got a whole code. Talking business on the phone with some Muslims out in Yemen in the gold dome. Fashion week in Athens, Greece, eating spinach with some old hoes. You old niggas broke and it shows. You gotta sell tickets to get paid for your shows. I get paid either way it goes. I get paid even if nobody goes. Bitches see me and say life goes. Your lady want me, that's how life goes. I might let it get me head, it depends on how the night goes. Got a stable full of white toes. Green beam on the top, I nicknamed that bitch the light pole. Tennis bracelet hanging off the nigga wrist and it's white gold. Everything I do is ice cold. Bitch, I'm stamped like a brick. The hood show me love every chance that they get. I'm the man. I ain't in the romance, I admit. But I still hold hands with my chick. Ice Lord, fly shit. Big 4/5 on my hip, like a sidekick. My life is like a crime flick. Wine cellar in the crib, worth the moose, nigga Don shit. I came a long way from my mom's shit. I made it cause I grinded. My last vinyl cost 100 cause I signed it. Niggas need to be reminded. Seen the top 5 list and I climbed it. Turn this up and rewind it. Come on. Niggas talk tough when you FaceTiming until shit turn violent. Real talk.
Fresh off the runway, I brought hoes to church on Sundays to catch sun rays. The God's light, we was running late to have some way. Touch plays through the graves, kept the Glock on my waist for niggas invading graves. I know the preacher, he fuck with Anita, she a Libra. She West African, and Eastern Belizean. Brought logic to him, she the research and reason. Made him feel young, gave him work the meaning. But the choir never sung the same key again. Gossip with the girls in the hall, no one agreed with them. They want a war, is it my church or yours? Yeah, I was never loyal. I'm blowing candles out at the next service for you. The blessed be upon you. The staff just laugh, they thinking it's adorable. The love and the hurts of the church, the bench work, the hour song spent in worship. The bells, the keys, clapped hands, a sweet sermon. The clutter, me at the showers in the back. We talk prayers with the lady in the flower hat. She could talk for an hour flat. She'll even let you doze off, dust your clothes off during your power nap. Just slightly enough so you won't wait. Just another service on Sunday. Wow.
Hey, where's Stewie? That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter.
There it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean, to play us out? To end the show?
Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today, and we'll leave you with a... I can't do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it, and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Stewie Griffin. Thanks for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
This is not real. It's just a dream. Please, wake up. Wake up. This is not real. It's just a dream. Please, wake up.
I told you. Steppenwolf would fail. Yes, you did. My master, now that the mother boxes have been destroyed, how will you retrieve your great prize?
Anti-life is found, Assad, and we will stop at nothing to possess it.
ready the Armada. We will use the old ways.
Doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan. Doesn't matter who we are.
I came here to rescue you from him.
Well, we all appreciate your concern, Colonel. And we'll try to be extra careful.
I'm just amazed that he allowed any of your posse to live.
Is that right?
Strictly speaking, he slipped up. You're lucky to be breathing.
That's just great. Colonel, you came out here to find out why one of your machines blew a gasket.
You don't seem to want to accept the fact that you're dealing with an expert in guerrilla warfare. With a man who's the best. With guns, with knives, with his bare hands. A man who's been trained to ignore pain. Ignore weather. To live off the land. To eat things that'll make a billy goat puke. Kill. Period. Win by attrition.